killed my mother.
Mass hysteria.
It's not. No, the only reason she isn't, and remember that the only reason she isn't calling the guard on you right now and is letting you stay on her property and rest for a little bit is because she wants you to go into the
Crypt.
Crypt. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. That started with a C.
And a really good persuasion.
I was about to
check.
say corpse house.
Does that actually start with a C?
Crypt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
CRY.
I genuinely thought it was a K.
Nope. CRYPT.
Also, there was a really good persuasion check. Just saying.
Yes.
There was a really good persuasion.
It was a better perception check, if you ask me.
Go fuck yourself.
All right. Yeah, there's there, but it was clear that her son was a necromancer, and that he was practicing a school of magic that is considered illegal in the city of Gosfall, and that he was up to some nefarious things in the family crypt. So your next mission is will be going to the crypt. Now, you had the ability to, at the very least, take a short rest.
What time is it?
It was around, I would like to say, the early afternoon when you defeated Alistair. If you took a long rest, it would be the evening, and it would be night.
So that's kind of when we want to be there
All
anyways.
right.
Do you get your spells back after a short rest or a long rest?
So let's do this in character. Where are we at right now in this moment? The old woman just went down. The woman is freaking out. Alistair is laying on the ground unconscious.
I'm next to Alistair because I've just figured out what was going on with the old people with Arcana.
Okay.
Kind of check.
Archie will be over with the butler and Lady Charlotte.
You were kind of comforting her.
I'm going to be comforting her and trying to get her back in the house while you guys we take Alistair.
All right.
Where?
The butler grabs Alistair and drags him in.
Okay.
I'm gonna be next to Edwin. 'Cause I did give him advantage with the Arcana check.
Yeah. So we want to move him inside. Do we want to take the old lady inside?
I'm sure someone.
Yes,
Yeah.
into her room.
I'm
which we
sure
need
they'll
to
send
look
somebody
at.
out. I'm sure they'll send somebody out for her.
No. We're not going to leave a dead body lying outside because that little girl might come out.
I'm gonna go to the old lady's body and pick her up.
I'll throw my coat over the body just in case the the granddaughter is around, so she doesn't see it.
Alright, now what do we do about
And I'm like-
Alistair then? Because he's out there unconscious too, right?
We're taking him inside too.
Yes.
He's
All bodies are
conscious,
being
but
removed.
Conscious, but like
Yeah.
just dead.
He's a vegetable.
Brain dead. Yeah.
What type?
Not the good ones, because there are none.
All right.
He's asparagus.
He's a carrot.
Philippe is indoors in the living room sipping on tea.
All right.
I'm going to go upstairs and make sure that the girl does not come down and see any of this.
All right.
How does
So-
the old woman body feel?
Dead.
Like,
Yeah,
like is he like specifically cold or like unusually light?
Not so much. Well, I mean, I guess he could feel unusually light. That could just be because, again, she's old and she is not up to exercising, and she had been basically a vegetable for a long time.
Okay.
So I won't seek her out, but if I see the little girl, I mean, because we were making a lot of noise
Right.
out there. There were gunshots. If I see her
Yeah.
coming out, I'm going to head her off.
All right, so you go inside, and Archie is helping Lady Brennell up the stairs, and the little girl does come out. And I give the name to the little girl. All right. Yeah, Cynthia, the little girl comes out, and she says, "What's going on? What's wrong with Mom?"
Cynthia, come with me. We're going to go into your room for a second. Your mom will be in here soon, but it's important. Come here. And I kind of just drag her into the room.
All right. Okay. And I won't make you do a strength check because she's
10
very
years old,
confused,
my
and
fault.
she's not two. She's not two. She's much
10.
closer
She's
to
10.
to 10. I thought you said 2 for a second. No, she's 10. Yes. So you drag her into her room. All right. And so what do you do then?
I'll start talking to her about horses because I didn't get to do that earlier.
Yes. Yes.
so
Okay.
There's a lot going on right now, but we were talking about horses. Tell me about yours, and I'll just let her.
All right. And she'll tell you all about her horse and how her mother gave it to her shortly after their father died, and that she said it was something to try and remember her father by, because her father also loved to ride, and was going to teach her. But he died too soon, and then eventually she's been learning, and then she says she's very good at it, and then she loves her horse very much.
Okay. Now, just not related to that, but related to this family, I'm about Alistair's age, so I would probably know him, and maybe not super well, but I'm assuming we would have gotten stuck in the same.
Oh yes, you've been stuck.
What do I know about him aside from what we've learned so far? Do I know anything?
Well, at the risk of painting him as a stereotype, he was kind of always that weird kid who was off by himself for a while. He was definitely interested in magic, but you could tell that the death of his father really shook things up for him. And it also wasn't. He was also something of a sickly child as well. Also, always coming down with some sort of cold or fever or something, and he never had the best constitution. So he did always seem somewhat morbid and preoccupied with
But
things.
real smart, like kind of precocious.
Very precocious,
Okay.
very precocious.
Friendly, not friendly, really weird. Just
Not
weird,
not
socially
friendly,
awkward.
not friendly, and very weird.
Okay.
Like I said, at a risk of painting him as a stereotype.
But he was close to his father. Were they
He
all?
is-
The whole family was pretty close, or
The
was
whole
that
family-
He and his dad were real close.
He and his dad had been somewhat close. They had never really understood each other that well, but you can tell that they endeavored to, and that his father always made sure that Alistair had plenty of books to read and time by himself and stuff like that. So they did. They had what you could probably say was a very healthy relationship.
Okay.
So by this time, I'm actually in the kitchen,
Yeah.
starting another kettle.
Okay.
But there's a very good chance I'm going to lay down on the sofa
All right.
and fall asleep before it goes on.
All right. So,
Taking my shoes off, of course.
taking
before
your
kicking
shoes
them
off.
out. Yes.
Taking your shoes
Yeah,
off,
you get
of
lips on
course.
your face.
So you lie down on the couch. You take your shoes off. You notice servants just kind of going around straightening things up, and they just, a couple of them just kind of looks at you like, who the heck is this guy?
I wink.
Right.
Me and I were dropping Granny off to her room.
Yeah. So you take Granny up. Luckily, Cal has already intercepted Cynthia, so you don't have to explain what the big thing under the coat is, and that you're
Doesn't
taking up to
matter.
Grandma's room. So what do you do when you take her into Grandma's room?
I cast detect magic, so
Alright.
we can get into her room.
Yeah, casting that has a ritual.
Nope, I cast it.
Oh, I'm gonna look over their bodies.
All right.
Like if I have to, I'll take off their clothes.
will
So
try
can
to
I get a
roll
medicine check from
Yep.
you? And you don't detect any magic in the room specifically.
Okay. Do I
18.
detect any within 30 feet of me?
Within
Reasonably?
30 feet, I mean, you do feel the faint glimmers again from Alistair's room, like you felt before.
Right. Okay.
But Did you take? Wait, did you take Alistair in? Where did you put
They
Alistair?
took Alistair. But we've already took all of his magical stuff that he had on him.
Yeah, you took all of his magical stuff, but you did. You do feel something strange with your detect magic, but it doesn't feel like the magic you're used to.
Does it feel familiar from the check that I was, or what I got off Alistair earlier?
Yes,
After he went-
yes,
okay.
it does feel familiar. Something, perhaps, of a more mental state is
Okay.
going on there, but there's nothing in this room, and there's nothing coming out of the grandma right now.
Okay.
All right.
I rolled a 18.
All right. So, near as you can tell, she would. You already know how she died, but she was in relatively good condition for someone of her age. In that, while she was mostly a vegetable at the time, it was clear that she was well cared for and everything, and there doesn't seem to be any physical anomalies as such.
Okay.
Can I also search her room?
Yes.
I'm going to come with him with that. Give him the 8 action.
All right. Investigation check.
Thanks for the help. So 17.
All right, so with a 17, what you get is you find some letters that mention her visiting an old friend who had who wasn't being responsive, and just trying to see if she could get him to respond. An older noble who is being cared for at the Temple of Durok.
Does it say the man's name?
To him by what is clearly a surname, Vahalic.
The Holic?
Vahalic. Vahalic.
After I drop off Archie, I just want to. I want to search the room for any of my favored creatures to see if I can note that they have been any aberrations or monstrosities. I just want to see if there's any tracks or any marks that they've been there.
All right, so I'm going to need a survival check.
All right, I believe I have advantage on that.
Yeah.
Soft 20.
All right, so with a soft 20, you can definitely tell that there have been no aberrations or monstrosities in this room. And if anything was, and if you had to take a guess, if anything was contacting Alistair, it was not by meeting with him physically.
Okay. The last thing I want to do in the room, I'm not sure if I've used it yet, but just in case I have not, I want to try and sense if there have been any interdimensional portals in his room.
All right.
Or if there's any active interdimensional portals within 60 feet.
Within 60 feet? No.
Okay. With that, I'm going to try to collect who I can of the party. Oh, I think I've seen Cal go over to Cynthia's room, and I will make a short walk there.
Mm-hmm.
On the couch, I'm going to flag down one of the servants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, excuse me, can I get, do you have any hair product, light hold, matte finish?
And they say,
And a mirror?
and they say, I can get you some grooming products. Yes, we have quite the selection, but most of them are not for gentlemen.
Light hold, matte finish. Please.
I believe we have something like that. Yes.
Thank you. And a mirror, please.
Yes. They will eventually bring you out something that is not quite what you wanted, but is close enough.
Patchouli.
This work. Can you hold the mirror for just a minute?
And he does.
He fixes his hair.
All right.
Didn't he just? No, he did that.
All right.
Knocked unconscious.
Yeah, that's why he's fixing his hair. He was knocked unconscious. It's out of place. He needs to fix it so it looks correctly out of place.
While you're doing that, the whistle goes off for the kettle.
I ignore it.
What?
I get up. No, I get up and I pour myself another cup of tea,
All right.
and then I sit back down and finish
All right.
taking care of my hair.
All right.
I want to take Edwin and do a search around the house for anything that's would give the clue to what Alistair was contacting.
All right. So again, you don't find much of anything magical outside of Alistair's room. And in Alistair's room, the most magical thing in there is a spell book and a focus that you've already.
Everything was
There's
taken.
no spell book.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's no spell book or focus.
Oh yeah, that's right. You took it. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you already have. So you already have his magical stuff. So
Did
the
it
only
pass me as I'm going down to Cynthia's room?
probably.
Okay. I think it's a good time for us to make a retreat here and decide what we're going to do about the crypt outside. I'm going now for Cal. I'm going to look over at Einrohr. If you could collect Philippe and tell him to meet us at my place, we will discuss the matters further.
Mm.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll walk away. I'm going to do it. I'm just told him that.
That's my line.
So we're gonna be at your place now or later? Because I kind of want to take a nap. It's been a really long day.
I have plenty of rooms in the house. You're welcome to stay there.
But I want to get something from home first.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Especially if we're gonna
Charles
do it later. So I'll stop at my house.
I believe you
Fair. Fine, we'll see you
told
then.
them
Okay.
to wait for you at the house,
The hotel.
the hotel.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go grab Philippe.
Mm-hmm.
We're leaving. We're going to meet up at Archie's house.
Can you give it like 2 minutes?
Do as you please. Walk away.
I set the tea, the half-finished tea, on the coffee table on a coaster. I'm a gentleman.
All right.
And I'm sorry. I normally would put this in the sink myself, but would you mind? And I thank you for all of your trouble.
All right.
Am I allowed to tip?
And he said, I am in Lady Renhold's employ, and if you are a guest of Lady Renhold, there is no need to apologize or anything.
I flip him a silver anyway.
And he just catches it, and you catch him out of the corner of his eye, biting it later.
I catch him?
No, it's just like out of the corner of his eye, you see him like bite it a little, and then just like, and then pocket it.
I turn around a little bit. I'm like, fuck you. But here's another one. And I flip him another one. Just, I like you. Einrohr, wait. Einrohr, I have small legs.
I look back, but I don't stop.
All right.
Can I knock
bitch.
on Cynthia's door for Cal?
Yeah. So you knock on Cynthia's door.
And I'll creak it open. Cal, we'll be convening to my abode.
That's fine. Can we get Lady Renhold here first? I feel like she needs to talk to her daughter before I leave.
I don't think Lady Renhold is in a condition to...
She needs to be in a condition. She has a daughter. I think she's fine.
Well, then you may seek her yourself when you're done horsing around here.
And the best part is that in terms of character knowledge, Archie has no idea what they were talking about. Horsing around.
Nice.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for Archie to get slapped by Cal one of these days for being so like condescending.
It is gonna happen.
And
Probably.
with that, I'm going to collect the last member, Dominic.
What have you been doing? You haven't said anything.
He's just been standing outside.
You're just standing outside.
The player paused him, so he's just standing there. He's doing his weight animation.
Yeah,
He gets some dust, checking his hammer.
And this is just, what is this like?
Like, he didn't want any part of what was going on in that house after, murdering some old ladies, putting a kid in a coma. So he decided he's just gonna wait right here outside.
just standing outside the whole time.
He doesn't want to know if to go killing the mom or anything else in that house.
No.
Plausible deniability is what he's aiming
I'll
for.
go out to where I last saw him, which presumably is where he's still at.
Exactly in the same spot.
Exactly in the same spot. It's like you're playing Baldur's Gate and you hit spacebar and you just forgot to move the other member of your party.
Dominic,
Yes.
might I say, you are the most steadfast individual I have ever had the joy of meeting.
Why, yes. You're welcome.
We will be adjourning to my abode. I would love to chew the fat with you a little bit as we go.
I'd prefer a steak, but that's all you have.
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for your fine work. A bit earlier in the day, I knew when the boy was having his troubles that he was worth talking to, and both you and Philippe never served to disappoint.
Well, like I've always said, I do my best.
I'm certain you do. Now, you took a look at my forge. Do you think there's something there you could use?
The building, they don't need a lot of work.
Well, I would be happy to help you reassemble the forge, and perhaps we could work something out. I have an extra gun I have an idea for.
Well, we'll have to make the forge first.
And as we walk, we'll discuss what that would require.
Right.
I'm gonna tell Edwin.
Oh, I left when you walked off.
Yeah, no, we're all meeting back up.
Right. None of us.
Oh, I'm going to my house.
He's got to run home first.
All right, what
I
do
need to let my
you?
mom
Yeah,
know.
change his underwear.
All right, what are you gonna do when you get to your house? By the way.
I want to read that spell book.
All right, so,
Edwin is one of Alan's characters. He does not wear underwear.
Yeah,
right.
my characters are me.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
all right, so
I know.
in the spell book,
Why, where tight clothes?
you have the spells False Life.
Oh, sorry, hold on.
And,
Lost life.
We're busy talking about Alan's dick.
Kind of.
all
Lost
right,
life.
so in the spell book, the first level spells are False Life, Mage Armor, and Ray of Sickness.
Mhm.
Second level is Blindness/Deafness, Ray of Enfeeblement, and Web. Third level is Animate Dead, Bestow Curse, and Vampiric Touch. And the fourth level is Blight, Dimension Door, and Stone Skin.
Jesus. No wonder he fucked me up with one spell.
Yes.
I got a question. Was this
I like
arcane
all
focus with a wand?
I believe it's the one, yes.
Yes.
I have that.
Yeah.
Yes. I will then hide the book in my apartment and then meet up with them.
Alright. Alright, so you all meet up at Archie's house, the Hellgate Manor.
Inside, I'll kind of lead everybody into that main room, and I'll check what stock of wine and what little food we have, and with the encouragement from Edwin earlier in the day, he's gonna try and cook something for everybody. What kind of role do you want me to make for what I cook? Or how well I can do this?
Let's just go with an intelligence check.
Okay, that is my best stat
Yay.
in golf. 18.
Hey,
Alright, 18. So, what were you trying to make?
When I check the stocks, there's just kind of some wilting vegetables and a good amount of pork that we have been kind of carving the good meat out of. So there's just kind of a lot of fat and a little bit of meat still on the side of it. And there's some bread that's quickly going stale. So I fry up the meat and I just try and toast the bread.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it comes out all right.
It
comes out okay.
Yeah, it comes out okay. Basically, you invent a fried pork sandwich.
All right, I make BLT. I make the BLT. I will bring that and the wine out for everyone. And what is it we're looking to do about this crypt?
I'm gonna say we go in and we kill everything in it.
Solid plan.
Also, holy shit. Did not expect someone of your stature to actually be able to kick. I thought cook. I thought you had people for that, but I'm impressed.
Thank you.
How much of it was luck and how much of it was skill?
Well, the bread is mostly stale, so toasting it isn't hard, and the fat basically cooks itself. So I think it's more of good fortune.
I still have to give you props.
Thank you.
It's quite tasty. What do you call this?
Well, the vegetables are just simple green leaves, so it's basically fried pork, wilted vegetables, and stale bread. I think it should be called something of a let's call it the big whack.
You should work on your words.
Yes, probably.
Good talk.
Wow, that was
Good talk.
You really brought that back around.
Can we go kill now? Is it killing time?
How long
No,
have we been
No,
here?
we should probably rest up a little bit. It was a long day. I killed an old lady. It was a long day. I need a nap.
What happened in Alistair's room?
Oh, yeah. I didn't think he was going to see me pointing a gun at him, but he did. It happens.
I'm not sure what all of you are doing with the Monster Hunters Guild, but they are liable to get upset with us if we run around killing people, putting innocents in danger. With everything that's going on right now with the election, we need to be careful, or we will find ourselves out of a job and in a jail.
There's always a job for people who can kill, and there's always a way out of jail.
But we did get hired to look into this, and he was kind of the problem.
We did not need to rush in there, though.
If I hadn't done what I'd done, which there was quite a bit of luck involved, we would still be there, searching, and we probably would still have no idea that he was a necromancer. But yeah, was it a little rash? Sure. But that's what penicillin is for.
Cal, for what it's worth, I'm the one who sent both Philippe and
Philippe, for the love of God.
Forgive me. Philippe and Dominic, I'm the one who sent them to his room.
I'm
Hmm.
not blaming anyone, but we need to be careful. My understanding is that we are monster hunters, yes, but we are also investigators.
I
And
agree.
investigators do not run in. I mean, Einraw would have been great to talk to Alistair, because Alistair, frankly, is sort of full of himself, and he needs someone who's good at finessing.
You are
second,
not wrong about that.
I'm gonna spot.
second job with the Monster Hunters Guild, right?
I'm lost too.
Just gonna say, second job with the Monster
He's
Hunters
talking
Guild.
about how
You
many
helped
times
us.
you
You helped it like we did the rats. We're on this job still. Just saying, have a couple more under your belt and maybe a little bit more experience than you and your servants sparring in the yard before you start telling.
I slide my
experienced
chair
people.
away.
I have
I
spent
slide
my
down the
entire
bench.
life learning about social interactions and being taught how to interact within this city. I might not be the best at investigating, but I do know that what we did today could potentially and very likely will get us in trouble with someone or more than one person.
It's always a way out of trouble.
We're not going to get in trouble for this. It would have
Lady
came out.
Renhold watched us murder her mother.
Yeah, well, she was creepy and under influence of something else. And I pulled
She
that.
did not need to be there. If we had handled it correctly and gotten
Grandma walked out of nowhere and started doing creepy stares.
after
so,
we pulled Alistair out of the house and started
But-
fighting with him.
Right, then why did Grandma come down? I thought she was bedridden. Isn't that what they said? She was sick
We
and
might
frail?
have had a chance to get to her room if we hadn't have started this to begin with, and then we could have started the fight with her, and perhaps Alistair would be all right.
He's all right now.
I think
He is brain dead.
Well,
No, he's dead.
I pulled,
No,
I
he's
pulled a
dead.
note out.
He's
and
alright.
I showed him. You guys know who...
Alistair's where he
Uh-huh.
needs to be.
Mahalik?
He's dead.
hold on a sec, guys.
What's the guy's name? The old man? Vahalik?
Vahalik.
Vahalik? Like, do you guys know that name? He's a nobleman. She was visiting him. It's the same symptoms Alistair has, and the same symptoms she has.
I'll throw a history on it.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, nope. That didn't go where I wanted it to, but it's still.
That
there.
one
Alex, I
doesn't
rolled
know
a
anything.
0.
You rolled a 0.
I rolled
So
better
you have
than
you have
that.
not heard of the name.
I know things.
All
You
right.
forgot your middle name.
18.
Vahalik is actually someone who was not born a noble, but was given the title Knight of the Republic by the Arch-Chancellor of Godsfall way back in the day. For services rendered, he was an adventurer, and he continued to adventure into his old age. And but he recently had to retire and was eventually found to be in a state of almost pure comatose behavior, very similar to the same symptoms.
Just in his house.
He is being cared for because of his
No,
services.
but where was he found?
He was found in his house with those symptoms. Yes, and he is currently being cared for at the Cathedral of Duroc.
And so he would not have been like Monster Hunters Guild. It was different kind of adventuring, like wandering around outside
Yes.
of the city,
Yes,
discovering things.
Yeah, he was not part of the Monster Hunters Guild. He was a traveling adventurer who saved not only the city but several of the other provinces in the Republic.
I will relay this information.
So whatever is affecting the good lady had also affected this gentleman. So that means whatever it is that is reaching out has reached out before and is likely to be reaching out again.
And there are probably more like Alistair throughout the city and the outskirts.
Covert agents of something that we don't understand.
And then I obviously don't mind you about using necromancy either.
I'm going to look across to Einroar. Welcome to Godsfall.
Have there been any more nobles that have fallen under this mysterious disease?
To my knowledge, this is the first.
Kyle.
Do
Well,
we?
second.
Can I roll for it and see if I know of anybody else that's disappeared, or
Yes, you can.
you want to roll for it?
I rolled a 0.
Roll.
I feel like I should roll that over.
All right. So just,
No, I don't know this one at all. 3.
All right. So you haven't heard,
Strong.
but to be honest, it is Vahalik is a very special case, being a sort of hero of the city. It was a kind of a big deal when he was found to be completely and totally incapable of caring for himself.
What about? I mean,
Would we know where his house is?
other people, not nobles. Has anyone heard of people going missing on other parts of town more so than usual? I mean, people go missing on occasion.
How long back?
Well, when did
Is there a date on the body?
Vahalik? When was he discovered?
He was discovered about a year ago, and it was strange because it was not long after a certain other ex-adventurer who had adventured with him in the past threw in his candidacy for Arch-Chancellor.
Okay. Ooh. Oh. Now,
intrigue.
shoot. Hang on. Let me look at my. I wouldn't, because I'm not. I don't care about that sort of thing. But you guys can figure that out. About a year ago is when Vahalik fell ill. Any mysterious extra disappearances? I don't know. That's all I know about on this side of town, but I don't really get over to the other side of town.
Do you know?
I've-
Did he have a house up here? Vahalik?
Yes, yeah.
Would you know where his house is? Maybe we could check his house out before we go tonight, or on the way, maybe.
Perhaps we should save this for when we all survive the crypt.
That's a good idea. So
No,
maybe tomorrow.
it's-
We can do
it's
it
a-
tomorrow.
It's a good idea and it's a good lead to chase down, but for now we have the undead walking around a little girl's backyard. I would rather contend with that now than with Vahalik's disease.
All right.
And that's what his name is now.
Holics disease.
The Holics disease.
I know I was gone. I only came back to the city about 3 years ago, but wasn't there a Huntington Wit found dead in their estate? Like an uncle, distant cousin?
No.
With
No, I
What's-
mean,
Was it a Huntington Wit, or was it one of the other noble houses? They found him with some odd phrase carved in his chest.
not my family. No.
Can I roll a check on that if I know anything about that?
It's a very yes and moment. I'm hoping this is going to get edited out. But, like, it's a very yes and. Like,
Yeah.
I'll roll that 0 over to that then.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, there was a noble found with the phrase carved into their chest. Yes, not a Huntington Wit.
Would I have heard about that?
You would have, because it was a Silvertooth.
Okay. That was not my family. That was the Silvertooth family.
what was the phrase? I don't know the language very well, but it was something like Mon Petit Home? Mon Petit Home?
Mon petit homme?
Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, that would be.
I kept the paper as I was away with the military.
My little son.
I feel like it'd be like my
Homme
little...
is man.
Alright, my little man.
So, mon petit homme.
Alright.
I'm not aware of that. They kept it as private as they could, but it was a Silvertooth.
I think I remember a spattering of nobles disappearing about 4 or 5 years ago.
But
In
no-
odd circumstances, kind of like that.
nothing about anyone else though. There hasn't been any sort of disturbance elsewhere in the city.
Nothing. I mean, not people losing their mind, becoming blank. The same kind of symptoms as the old woman, who, like, just basically empty husks and shells of flesh walking around. But there were, like I said, some nobles who disappeared. Some unsavory things came out in the news about them.
So, this food is really good, guys.
Thank you very much. It's,
I'm wherever the food is, standing by it.
Alright.
I am nowhere near that food. I'm in the corner next to the door, ready
He's
to
just
eat.
sitting somewhere kicking his legs.
You're basically
This
just
home is
going,
disgusting, and I hate being here. I'm gonna say, well, let's say we all meet up tonight before nightfall back at the Alistair residence. I'm going to go take care of some business and walk away.
alright.
I'm not sure if I like him or not. I don't know where you guys stand on Unroar, but like, he's charming and then just grossly insulting. Just me then.
I don't trust anyone with that many servants. You kind of learn on the streets that somebody who has an entourage following them that they pay has a tendency to kick those who are in the gutter. Sorry, I mean, I'm still warming up to you two
I'm gonna kick you.
with that.
You're not there.
We're gonna talk all kinds of shit about you.
I'm talking shit about you now.
Can you also leave the room so we can actually talk about you?
Isaiah's character sucks!
You learn a lot about the city when you're forced to survive in it with nothing.
I'm aware. Now,
While I'm gone, I'm going to go look into the other, see if there has been other nobles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have Charles and Matilda help me.
Alright.
now if
Alright.
we could all meet here.
So I'm gonna give you an investigation check, and because you're having Charles and Matilda help you, I'll let them give you the help action. So, but yeah, keep going. Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
It's not like no one's gonna hear you. Hear the two of you. Like no one's gonna hear either of us if there's a lot of talking at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
So if you want to resolve his first,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much just telling everybody, let's just meet back here.
All right. Yeah.
I rolled an 18.
All right. So, as far as other nobles, there have been a couple of cases that you've heard about where people have appeared that way. But other than that, there have been quite a few cases in other parts of the other parts of the city as well. So the symptoms are a parent, but nobody is calling them an epidemic yet, or even connecting dots between them.
Okay, are they all being sent to the same place?
They are not. They are actually being cared for at different places. Some of them are being cared for by their families. Others are being cared for by in asylums and in the city asylum, and then of course, Ike Van Halleck is being cared for specifically in the Cathedral of Duroc.
Okay, so has it only been nobles?
It has not only been nobles. It has been people from all walks of life.
Okay, I'm pretty much done for the rest of the day. I'm going to rest up
All right.
and work out.
All right.
So I
Some
think
squats.
we should all meet back here after sundown. That should give us plenty of time to rest and prep for the night. We'll head over to Lady Charlotte's house, and we shall empty the crypt.
Around 10ish?
What time would be
Midnight. They said it
midnight?
was happening at midnight.
We should head there at midnight. If the activity was then, we should go there.
Do we not want to get there early?
Meet up at, let's
11.
say,
Let's meet here at
11.
11:30.
Say 11, because then everybody will
11.
actually be there at 11:30.
Of course, yes.
I'm going to be there at
You gotta give it at least a
Alistair's family
half
house at
hour.
8. I'm going to ask the family some questions.
All right.
Oh, no, really, really.
Uh,
So, Archie, I got a really weird question for you. Do you
Okay.
have a map of the city?
I have a map of the city.
Like a fairly detailed map?
I'm certain I should have one. If not, Viola should have one in her room. Perhaps you should go there and check. Perhaps you would want to do a little bit of research with her books.
Yeah, maybe. Because I don't like the type of this magic that it is. It's not magic, but it's weird.
Yes. Neither do I. But you may find some resources in her room. I'll be about the house, and I'll certainly be in mine. Get some rest. Don't stay up.
Oh, I need some sleep.
Dominic, you're welcome to stay. I could drag a cot out to the forge if it's more comfortable for you there.
You go on and do that. I'm gonna head into town for a little bit first.
Okay.
About what time would you say it is, like, now-ish? Like, how many hours do we have?
I'm going to say that it's around 1 in the afternoon.
Would I have enough time to maybe go talk to, not the person who gave me the new job that I'm supposed to be finding,
Yeah.
but the guy who's probably been my contact, like a thieves guild / secret assassin kind
Yeah.
of stuff that we talked about before?
Yeah.
Would I have time for that, or would it be better just to go to the whorehouse, clean up, and relax?
It might be better. It might be better to go to the whorehouse, clean up, and relax.
That's always the right decision.
Dominic, if you go out shopping, could you pick me up a health potion?
Sure.
All right, I'll give you 50 gold. And I'll take a nice meal up to Richard.
I'm gonna hang around until everybody leaves because I want to talk to Archie.
All right.
I'm looking for a map. Does he have a map?
Oh, until he gets back to the table.
Yeah.
Alan, you said you wanted to see if he has a map. He does have. All right. In his sister's room, her sister's library does have several books about God's Fall. One of them has a very up-to-date map,
Okay.
and there are also several older maps as well.
How big is it? Either way, I'm gonna mark the house, the Alistair's house, on there with like a light charcoal
Alright.
mark.
Yeah, it's like the one that's more up to date is like a very recent atlas, so it's kind of larger.
Okay, so on that I'll mark it with
All right.
the house, and then I'm gonna cast Find Familiar and fall asleep.
You're gonna spend an hour to find a familiar and then fall asleep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then, all right,
With my
you got-
familiar.
Are you
do,
gonna cuddle
yeah.
with it?
Yeah.
What is it?
That's why I cast it.
Tell us when we see you again.
Yeah, what kind of?
Yeah, what your familiar is. Don't tell us
What
now.
familiar?
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right. So, all right. So, Kelly, you're hanging back to talk to Alistair. What do you
Nope.
want?
Nope, I don't want to talk to the vegetable. I want
No,
to talk
Archie. Sorry.
You named him.
Yeah.
I did name him. I did name him, but I didn't name Archibald.
So I'll be collecting dishes.
Oh, Archie, I wanted to talk to you about something that happened earlier. And I guess I got distracted and then very distracted when we started fighting at the Renhold estate. And I didn't, I mean, it's not really even my business. It's your business, and I stumbled onto it. Einrohr was he was searching your house. He had Charles search your house. Everything. I don't know. He found something in the basement that really shook him. He was terrified. I mean, does not look like he is easily fazed. I don't know what you're doing. I hope you're being careful. I feel like I shouldn't know that, but I feel like you should.
I'll put the dishes down. And I will come to approach. I'll actually walk up. Like, walk up to Cal. And Archie will put his hands kind of on your arms. Like, both hands on both arms. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Cal. I thought a man of Einrohr's status would have the courtesy and the manners to keep his people by his side and not be so rude as to have them wander my premises and go into such private rooms. I shall have a talk with him, and I will clear the air with his servant. I shall be sure to take care of him. And move my hands down to your elbows, and I'll squeeze them a little bit tighter. Don't you worry about the Hellgate business. It is well in hand.
All right. I'm going to leave awkwardly.
About as awkward as the silence right there.
Yes.
Cool.
As Archie walks 5 feet behind you all the way to the door, and he stands at the door until you are out of sight.
Not
Oh my
rapey at
God.
all.